any UK court ni nyina
is sanity
and I am a birthday and just you know and person dem hu be wuram bi
me dasi
because yen bi wo yen journalist bi wo kuma se friend partner Kwame Anson wasi ohwe kusia jabe ni dinina ebra na ode ye press conference no kura na odi waju ko ma be hu di nti a wo yesa nti mo me mfa no friends
no kusia jabe
go down de wo bi am de monka
esho say osho say
no ho a
clearly no oro your time look why na adwin say Matiami du yibi prior to the 2020 election
that's why Kusiaga
was describing and Nekufa the mother serpent of corruption with the intention say or ye the abina co-position now ya tese oraki say jabe o se okroch and that kind say on former president share and we tutu na no ya tso na meetings it's alleged say oni nyina aye meetings and ya ekosu some of us will not be surprised say a scheme by the special prosecutor to whitewash Mahama.
Oh, for me, a scheme. Yes, oh, and you plot it.
Yes,
first one by, and as a media
press conference.
And just icing on the cake.
John Mahama no emu edikan ko dina ayi Apais region.
Yes,
e kan say onye corrupt.
Yes,
no ba fight corruption. And I feel the confirm here to football na faso. Na de tia na some media fi press conference. E kan say John feel ba omi amu nua e na eye corrupt. Look, onko awu nuanom oba aban mu ofa Ghana bauxite 58% e under value no say a bauxite no wo no e 200 friend saying 200 million metric tons we were na 375 million metric tons onko awu sign so e di Ghana onua heavy duty equipment e sign 44 dap checks onko awu nua Voltarian basin odi eyirim ema no esusu honom onko awu nua won no eba sika e di Ghana ebegure na emedamase Office of the Special Prosecutor OSP ebeye press conference na the press conference no beye no na efa John Mahama any the Airbus scandal no ehun na asem Office of the Special Prosecutor ebe kan say wetimi identify John Mahama say government official one baby on ma ye frɛ UK4 ko UK4 document no ma omo frɛ individual one individual one US4 frɛ individual one UK4 frɛ no government official one ni nua no a kan ho Samuel Adams Mahama ko UK court no mo frɛ no intermediary 5 and UK4 no frɛ no UK4 no frɛ intermediary 5 and US4 no frɛ no consultant 4 ni nyina na ewo a court nkrata anim na entra special prosecutor say wetimi identify John Mahama say government official one ni nua Samuel Mahama say onye the intermediary but we hu boni bia ewo ho omo anye boni bia nti omo mfa omo ho enkonkodi na asam no ene say edie na asie obi say edie na asie ni asie nyina ne say according to US any UK investigations say by omemu any ati say bibi at the deferred prosecution agreement akoso UK Crown Court any US na you say company bia you from Airbus Company Limited and Airbus One Limited omo aeroplane manufacturing company omo ye aeroplane na Ghana ba ye say okwakoto yumshen na odi aba be yedwuma obade aba be dijuma na yumshen omkotoye no amahuduo bi a ebeto odwa say Airbus fo no epese omoton yumshen edema saa man nti omosuma nipa ema de adamude edi kosa aman so ekokoma aman ni mu mpanifo ema omoji adamude no ena omo saa contract no ema omutimi supply mo with airplanes na Ghana eka ho na Ghana ka ho no onipa ye born din se oye aban adwuma yini a oji saa adamude no ana oye involved no na obi a na ya to ni din se government official one government official one no na so a high ranking elected government official my Ghana mu from the year 2009 ABC the year 2016 we na dwuma de ekoye Airbus eyi ni nyina ende by 2015 na Airbus no ni nyina exiye enti sa government official no na ho asem bae enti ade ne bae ya se ya pen and crofo hwe said you see describing nipa no na o kan say and the government official one no John Mahama because ono na oye the elected high ranking elected government official from 2009 ABC 2015 because Professor Mills elected high rank na nipa 2 president and the vice enti Professor Mills so there no wuko when we 2012 grand wuko ye enti na high government official aka no was John Dramani Mahama ena Martin du koye nhwemu ena obeka kire say government official one no John Mahama na ne nua ba ko efa no Samuel Adams Mahama ena ono so eye ne UK for efa no intermediary 5 na US for no efa no consultant 4 no ehwa John Mahama simbe wia adentina Martin du ene Ghana for aka say ono na government official 1 musha si twada pa asante me the screenshot no bi ma yefa bi nkyerɛ tie for abre asɛm ne baaye no asema John Mahama ebe trotre he went to the extent of saying say Martin Alamisi Ben Kaiser Amidu the then special prosecutor you're stupid or say any where you 3 news or TV3 for there or say I am not government official 1 Mahama replies and just Amidu. The former president John Dramani Mahama has dismissed the description by the special prosecutor Martin Amidu that he is the one referred to as government official 1 in the Airbus scandal. Mahama said the claim was disappointing because no proper investigation was done in the matter by Martin Amidu before he arrived at that conclusion. Asante yan koyen for the other ones. Okay, we see a Ghana Web. And Ghana Web so published here on the 3rd of November 2020 na a Tuesday or say I am disappointed in Martin Amidu for naming me as government official 1 Mahama. Former President John Dramani Mahama said he is disappointed in the special prosecutor Martin Amidu for naming him as government official 1 in the Airbus scandal. All right, asante the other one or say describing me as government official 1 is stupid. Mahama tells Amidu. Describing me as government official 1 is stupid. Mahama tells Martin Amidu. And then also ewase no say former president ni hia no a ode ema yini. Afei de ndra yen kwoti a rak se jaben asore prekope abopitiri ababonten. Say Mahama Martin Amidu identify Mahama say or a government official asante me da say or a government official 1 no kre say Mahama government official 1 na no kre say ni nua ayefa no Samuel Adams Mahama no aye wo ni Ghana ha se be fa no call abrochire ekohwe na ni okonya foster ho de ka ho no ono so ene ye the intermediary 1 ene ana science at the same time no essence ye consultant 4 na asema UK court no kai ni ade nyina no ono kisi ajaben we hunfum so bia e wo ho o se we hu we nya danside bia we hunfum so bia e wo ho enti John Mahama ne hu so ese abroboni nua nyina procedure Martin Amidu shase se odi Interpol for to red alert ene ye kan nyina no wo twam wo twetwetwe ne nyina mu ama ne nyina no akwakoda na me pese wo hwe rekisi ajaben na me wia na makasim biacho but before say ene kisia jaben ebe sa press conference you know a simple question me bisa na NDC for aware say kisia jaben ebe sa press conference here and drana because enanansa Sami Janfi a press conference na o accuse Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia ni nua say oye Ibrahim Bawumia na say oye corrupt na wajiji government contract and painti Dr. Bawumia enua no say oye corrupt na o de prepare grounds say oram kisia jaben eba be dware Mandra John Mahama ewodwum na o de ache Ghana for say John Mahama keta hye porobia eni no ho but me pese okotie wo wi a me the case no as presented by US court no any UK court no ebe ma ni ahwe say so owura kise Jabin ni nyansem no obeso oche say sa court akese mienu a ewo UK ni US no oninya sanse omu nyina na nyina ya akwakohwe se ni nsem no esi etie but da sebre ene godon ha sei ene was special adwuma ye beye nti miami was special adwuma meye ufi ha no pay nti o de me kohwe owura kise Jabin bra me ba me mama kwaba na fenya kwan aye adwuma nti asante me hwe owura kise Jabin
to the purchase by the government of Ghana of 3 C295 twin turboprop military transport aircraft from Airbus followed substantially the same pattern. Parliament approved the proposed transactions in 2011. In accordance with the laws of Ghana, in the estimation of the OSP, there was nothing remarkable about the deal, and it certainly would not have found its way in the UK and US deferred prosecution agreements and made headlines around the world, but for the involvement of former President John Dramani Mahama and his younger brother of the full blood, Samuel Adam Foster, also known as Samuel Adam Mahama, and his associates, as recounted in the UK and US deferred prosecution agreements. The OSP investigation found no evidence that former President Mahama was involved or played any role in the procurement and maintenance of the agency relationship between Airbus and Foster and his associates in respect of the purchase by the government of Ghana of military transport aircraft from Airbus. And it appears to the OSP that the direct communications and meetings between former President Mahama and officials of Airbus to close the deal were actuated by good intentions on the part of the former president. It also appears that Foster and his associates became involved as intermediaries in the Airbus Ghana deal after the decision by the government of Ghana in preference of the C295 aircraft. Therefore, it seems that Foster's Airbus intermediary role at the time his brother served as the vice president of Ghana was a case of luckless coincidence that attracted the disapproval of the UK and US authorities. The OSP found no evidence that suggests that the involvement of Foster as an intermediary of Airbus and the direct communications and meetings between former President Mahama and officials of Airbus to close the deal between Airbus and the government of Ghana amounted to any corruption and corruption-related offense in respect of which the OSP has a mandate. However, it ought reasonably to have occurred to former President Mahama and the government of Ghana that the familiar relationship between former President Mahama and Foster and the direct participation by former President Mahama in the communications and meetings with Airbus officials were bound to raise reasonable suspicions of improper conduct and dealings, notwithstanding any claims to good faith conduct and above board dealings, especially in light of the fact that during the first Airbus campaign, former President Mahama was the chairman of the Armed Forces Council by reason of his position as the vice president and therefore a very key decision maker. Such close proximity dealings by such elected high officials of the Republic and their kin and close associates on behalf of the Republic should neither be viewed favorably nor encouraged, as they give rise to reasonable suspicion of influence peddling and conflict of interest, never mind any intended good faith on the
okay, enti ora kisia Jabin asante me da asem ena ene obechechi mache Ghana for say former President John Dramani Mahama was in fact actively and directly involved in the purchase of the Airbus plane. Na onu kisia Jabin catch Ghana for say John Mahama did so in good faith. Is it does it lie in the purview of Kisia Jabin to determine Abre Obi idea in good faith and because Kisia Jabin had turned into a judge in his own investigation, what done a judge o make a pronouncement o wie no o say Mahama edene ho involve in ho na esese anka ohunu say so de ho hyemu a ebetimi aye na mbisa sa dent na de Kisia Jabin I refer sa portion no conflict of interest no amfa mashraj sadia on ma mesisi ada pa case ni bae no a wo di akire ko ehun abi ani ade no wie no o se oni mandate to investigate money laundering to refer to Yoko for the mandate. So conflict of interest and so a crime in Ghana under Article 284 of the Constitution, or say Article 284 say a public officer shall not put himself or herself in a position where his personal interest conflicts or is likely to conflict with the performance of the function of the office. The same way the Criminal Code of Ghana, the Act 29, also, as we call the same thing. Eti John Mahama, Eden who see what say obey corruption. Now, in fact, me kind book is a jabinwano, abrea all kind fact of the matter. No, you do baby no, not John Mahama, our no, yes, sitting vice president, no, now or acting as a guru boy, Edema Airbus. Even to the point, say, or no one a quadrant crata, Eddie Free. At the Free Finance Ministry, now or the Armed Forces Council, he was acting as a guru boy. Baraki said that being said, notwithstanding so clear and apparent friend is saying a conflict of interest, you know, where Hunuboni be out home. As I me UK for you can hear US for pronouncement, you know. Now you say not John Mahama sign and no see a conducting home in the Airbus scandal as pronounced by the US court.
In June 2024, when I was the special prosecutor, so from February 2020 to June 2024, the investigation focused on the individual described as government official 1 by the UK court and described as individual 1 by the US court. The individual described as intermediary 5 by the UK court and described by the US court as consultant 4. The individual described as intermediary 6 by the UK court and consultant 5 by the US court. The individual described as intermediary 7 by the UK court. The company described as company D by the UK court and by the US court as a company owned by consultant 4 and consultant 5. And another individual associated with the individual described as intermediary 5 by the UK court and consultant 4 by the US court. Other individuals who are Ghanaian public officials and politically exposed persons. On 7 February 2020, Special Prosecutor triggered the Mutual Legal Assistance process under the Mutual Legal Assistance Act 2010 Act 807, which governs mutual legal assistance in respect of criminal matters under an agreement or other arrangement between Ghana and a foreign state or a foreign entity. The Special Prosecutor's request, channeled through the Central Authority in Ghana under Act 807, the Government of Ghana, where the said bribery was intended to obtain or retain business or advantage in the conduct of business for Airbus. The accompanying statement of facts summarized by the SFO's position is that between 2009 and 2015, an Airbus defense company engaged intermediary 5, who was stated as having no experience in the aviation sector, a national of the UK but born in Ghana, and a close relative of a high-ranking elected Ghanaian government official described as Government Official 1, as its business partner in respect of the proposed sale of 3 aircraft to the government of Ghana. A number of Airbus employees knew that intermediary 5, who was a close relative of Government Official 1, a key decision maker in respect of the sales. A number of Airbus employees made or promised success-based commission payments of approximately 5 million euros to intermediary 5. False documentation were then created by or with the agreement of Airbus employees in order to support and disguise these payments. The payments were intended to induce or reward improper favor by Government Official 1 toward Airbus. Intermediary 5 was assisted in his work for Airbus by 2 other nationals of the UK, Intermediary 6, a good friend of Intermediary 5, and a UK television actor and film director, and Intermediary 7, a former UK television actor. Contact between Airbus and the government of Ghana about aircraft sales began in June 2009 following an expression of interest by the government of Ghana. By August 2009, employee 15 reported that he was in contact with government official 1 and his team. On 7 December 2009, intermediaries 5 and 6 incorporated a company, Company D, in Ghana for this purpose. A company of the same name was incorporated in the UK in February 2010. Company D was a corporate vehicle through which intermediary 5 and his associates provided services to Airbus. In December 2010, Airbus employee 16 was made aware that intermediaries 5 and 6 were or had recently been working for government official 1 and or the government of Ghana. The Airbus campaigns in Ghana culminated in the sale of 3 C-295 military transport aircraft by Airbus to the government of Ghana. In respect of the first campaign for the aircraft, Airbus paid 3.9 million euros to a third-party company, Intermediary 8, between March 2012 and February 2014. Intermediary 8 in turn paid 3.8 million euros to Company D. In respect of the second campaign for the sale of...
All right, Asante, medasi. Enti asamono the 2030 mu nyina ne say omutua bribe no about 5 million euros. A year 5% of the total contract sum. Enti a kickback. Special prosecutor say no kreso omutua sika no. Na mum oni evidence a kire say omutua sika no ma John Mahama. Na mum owo evidence a kire say John Mahama nua no Adams Foster Mahama no ono ena na ono John Mahama adwuma na edu baabi no Airbus fo hunu say ono gisika no a ebe ha adwinto mu ko create a different company wo Spain ena omu sika no efa different companies wo Spain ena de ma John Mahama nua no ena John Mahama nua no so do e de bre John Mahama we nyina no special prosecutor say we hunu boni bia wom enti endra we dware afa botai ahye coach abegina ye press conference ese or the supporting so we dware John Mahama abon powder wa hye ne fugu fita akanesi abonten se onko na ne ho enifi we eye akatua media obisami a ankwa no ma de mekra ba fore a otoye no eho akatua wode ema NPP aban eno se ubegu aban nani mu ase godo maache
ye na menua
na ho tsen
nyame adom me ho ye
de nyankopon ase
areho ne wo ho
areho ho okay dasebre
dewro
nani mo tsen
nyame tumi nti ye
ene nyankopon ase
na de ye pa
ene nyankopon ase me koda godo ho me ba ho achi godo
kwaku
Airbus corruption ewo many forms eba in many forms eba in bribery eba in nepotism eba in favoritism eba in is a name bebre na conflict of interest and so a form of corruption kasi aja been pronouncement o yen ndra no net saying
kwaku news ne se giseja mi hu na chepa na anopemehwe no ewu TV so oh giseja mi hu ayef
why fine
kisi hu ayef pa why nyamesha no ne hu ayef na waku omanpanyi Akufo Addo bebe wo bie enen me gidi senera ho ne ho na wanu no ho so
ahono e moja kabana na tadi nyina yeko
katata nyina yeko omanpanyi Akufo Addo me nye sese na ko pe no na onwo babone da wosi wunu batete omanpanyi Akufo Addo awoma na politics ni ene ma ena ibia buban ena moye do bope so raki se jaben kwaku metima say we renegade batch of social renegade net HMC renegade
okay
RENEGADE
okay
raki se jaben aye renegade na ade kiseja bin aye no ese woni na busa panyi won tokwa ese woni ne maame won tokwa ese woni ne papa won tokwa ese woni na busa fu nyina e won tokwa intimi si abonten na moja pade bebe moja pade bi wo kama no me ko kan cha bonte so for say ye japade pemprade na wo no ukọ a edawi mu ha na hye renegade maha.
A person who abandons the religious, political or philosophical beliefs that he or she used to have and accepts opposing or different beliefs.
That's obetuma chechi mu hwe na
enipa opo ono ane soma wom na manyoku a wom ana ade bia nyansem no anka ya ni gidie of puni nyina tugu na fe ode ho ko bata na tamfo de ho ko fa na tamfo de be ya ne de
yes
eno no
kwaku that's a brabbing
abin
that's a brabbing
they call sa tu but ya bin
said they was a church mu no or keywords be when you are tree interpretation kama
there you say otunso eguna wofa
abaya shim
msana kiseja be why
kwaku ebe man penye kufu ado me owura kiseja be minim no several years minim no pa woni me so pa ye bo ni din no me ka se adwuma no obetimi a enim na me challenge ba ko ni mfia wadi kwaku yana bible kwaku wase ma wo bi emu branch be ma bo mfia ne ade no but for me me gidi say positions bi wa ban mu a kwaku ye mfa ma akwara Ghana de in fact position bo ma wodi 40 years and 43 kwa de ma wa still na wusa etika OSP position de kwaku enkase be ma so pokwa agima mo ne hyehye mu ana omukọ mu mfie ko manim na omabobra ya omomakwa so asati ye adwuma me ehu si do musi etie no omonanka ye di sa position ma wo mo but o mampanyi ehwe ye no o ka so abrante so betimi aye eti wonya kiseja bi mugidi kwaku kiseja bi eye obi a nipa bebre respect ne say in terms of criminal law wonima watiase wachirade no practice kiseja bi obi a wo yetentan ewo the man so twimu okaso no beko court ni ade a ebeyere pass so betwa asem no so but was started the jumadie no kwaku eya areho megidi se omomampanyi edi areho no se wa matamfo anyame ekoba ne sei hwe ebra owura se John asembaye na se John afrim ena ne wela sembeto abontin se abaya saasi bi nyesu wawia abaya saasi yese wato abaya saasi bi owura kise jabe tro ho krata se obi a wawuo no ne will no wo be stop will no e ma muntimi implement will no kise jabe. In fact, one of the trustees of the will in the person of Charles Owusu which you to our office
or lock-in
so many to kind
you can say ya
lock-in say Charles Owusu etimi ni owura say John up anante na woje ni gusu ani na so wona nanante no kuremu nti ena ni di ba will no mu na wose ya no nti wa lock-in ya mame sisira brada pa waku ebesi ne obiye ni wose ni sika ayira obiye ni ministry bi ni ho mo sika bi ayira
auditor general
bibiye ni ho ono ni sika na ayira kise jabe fa etwa plane ticket business class and the officers gum eko US eko FBI say wo kwa hwehwem waku na report what is wase wako America eko di OSP yi government officer what is waka sa
oko in fact oko UK eko share some others Mahama
yes
eko share hwan Middles Views hwan wo no na Adentina issue office no and amatiamidu issue red alert through Interpol na wofoka na okukoshia
plane
me say car plane ko si omni omo ye meeting
abred red alert ato no so
abred red alert ato no so enti wo call na ye se ehwe na ye hunu nti ye activate Interpol no adna kodu ya hunu ama ye Interpol fa
awadi ba bia wote
enti won okọ chance mo no
ni ko na krana
e mo ni John Mahama so
woni John Mahama busu afo nya ko na krana
it is alleged say osia ono Adam Mahama no ni John Mahama nyina bomu o UK
yeah so what I say
this year
akoso kwaku plea bargaining we na course no enye ade se akọ court ama ye di evidence nyina eba ayo enye se akọ court ama obi abebo nkura akositire ama judge the ruling abase we ye say Airbus as a corporate body asem no kwaro muka say ye gitum se ye bone no kwaku enti asem no ye ni te say criminal prosecution e wo court
ya giatum se ye tua bribe
ya giatum se ye tua bribe no
enu ti mu fa bone che
no mo ye kakese kwaku that is the difference between asem a akọ a ye di ni nyina ekokọ ni edi nyina wi a evidence bia adeda ho we can say cross examination ye say we die okwa no we say mepa wo chewo ye difo de mo kan nyina ya gitum ejo mo shada kwa na di no o ma mobo se ka ye court a
ankombebo bia
ka do ma
ba be yina
ebo bia se keke be she nimu but enam say na institution Airbus no empa ni mugu ase kese enti o mo se agiatum eti ye betua se de be ya individuals no one way or the other.
The most important, the some crumble protecting individuals, no. I say a mine be involved, no. Corruption, attracted death
penalty. It's a bekum.
It is a kukubo be dimpa.
What I say. And now, almost said that a mamu no mudi sadi tutoso, we official one, intermediary one, connection man, two the bend between. Kwaku. Government official one no ni yesi eye hwa e den wo ye
they say onu na oye aban ti o oya aban adupani wo aban mu a onu in fact me bo UK US dey na go don se be film edu ba bi na John Mahama e operate se guru boy
okay tie paragraph 136 US court was say government official one had such a reputation as a prolific bribe collector that within 3 weeks of the selection of the incoming government and before it was sworn in, Airbus reached agreement with brother of government official one and now what to us was saying oh goodness me back
okay and you go on the woman is saying so we vice president.
Yes.
Now you're chairman of the defense council. Now we near Bema and na air fronted Airbus.
Yes.
Now omoni mo air negotiation. The Public Procurement Act and the say SL recuse. Now what's change? The Criminal Code of Ghana Air Act 29 say and say we do hujina baby we be to be influence.
Yes.
The Constitution Article 284 and say we a public officer. Men nyina baby a obi betimi aden influence and as a with personal interest no ebe conflict with the interest of the officer who hold no and this case no clearly no John Mahama was in a conflicted position.
Yes,
because or act edge say ono akra Ministry of Finance no the krata akọ no akwaji bi ho no the abre Airbus for na or send emails no mo eye transaction edin na wahu
kwaku na Matina medu ebeka say why investigations ni nyina wi na wo hu se John Mahama and government official one what the two screens John Mahama say eyankwase asem
stupid
na Matina medu ka kire no
onye government official one
adentira because when we say ka so government official one dia
this is
demudie and emfata no say ebeka say
waje demudie
eti wakuhu ntokwa didi matem du atem senyi wonoma ene ya kisejabe renegade kisejabe
ebeka say
edin in the final yaba no was dey wa confirm say John Mahama government official one
na fedi John Mahama gitum say afedi government official one afedi onye stupid biom na mo gitum isi we chere onipa ye friend John Mahama
me catch am so e kon mana me catch am
so enye stupid biom
Dabi now he accepts
and say a government official one
wa fe do a government official one e so anye bone me na me fa wo ofufuo no ekosi dem na so
na mo die nyam na me we
enkwan no so nyam na me no ba me na me kosi dem
no
ena kidi kutami o
ye catch Ghana for look 7 pedua say na ma meto ma me muti ase no ye nwe na na ma wo nwin so wo fa osenye den enche hwe onipa ba ko a personally obedi ma ye nim se mampene be de chiri mampani corruption upon corruption allegations are abba go down hwe airbus di na ne din ene da so oye personally involved Manasa Azura woni di for the expedition personally ye boni din oye involved Amajaru ono so personally na ne hu wom
yes
STS Korea deal personally na ne hu ebon mu enti ye betimi akoso abobo corruption cases aba former president no emu ne hu ewom na you see no onim say ade no sen ni kom na ofra na abatros mo
yes
ayese enkronua na eboni kom aja say eboni kom nti opekwa bi so afa bubu onim say election na okoi ni integrity enye enti ene eba ye matiesi abonten wo se ye dware dwoma ma dware ne ho ayifita a kise wo mo egbosi ehade bia eha adwen na se Ghana fo ehwe ne ho yim ja sebre wo saka
Dabi meba sisi ya ade ahwa say now omo bebie fu nani we will go back into the meat
yes.
of ade
yes
kwaku you see that's very cool
na na kisa jabe also ni munyansa sen ayi US court no ni any UK court ni nyina
isa sanete
ene ye me birthday nti asem yi no mpese me dem hu be wuram bi
me dasi
because yenya bi wo yenya journalist bi wo kuma se friend Padma Kwame Anson wasi ohwe kusie jabe ni dinina ebra no de ye ni press conference no kura na odi wajun ko ma be hu di nti a wo yesa nti mo yemfa ni mo fancy
no kisa jabe
go down de wo bi am de honka
no ya
o show say no ho a
clearly no no your time look why na adwin say Matiami du yebi prior to the 2020 election we describe in an Ekufa the mother serpent of corruption with the intention say or ye the abina co-position now ya tese uraki say jabe o se o crotch ndra o kan say on former president CCI e mo tututu atutu na no ya tse na meetings it's alleged say oni onu ni nua nyina aye meetings and ya ekosu some of us will not be surprised say a scheme by the special prosecutor to whitewash Mahama.
Oh, for me a scheme.
Yes.
Plot here no.
Yes.
Oh, and ya plot.
Yes.
First one by and as a media
press conference.
And mudi about it just ice on the case.
John Mahama no emu edikan ko dina ayi apais region. E kan say onye corrupt.
Yes.
No ba fight corruption. And afei dey confirm here to football na fa so. Na de tia na some media fi press conference. E kan say John afei dey ba o mia mu nua e na eye corrupt. Look, onko awu nuanom oba aban mu ofa Ghana bauxite 58% e under value no. Say a bauxite na wo no 200 friend is saying 200 million metric tons. We were not 375 million metric tons. Onkwa wo sign so e di Ghana onua heavy duty equipment sign 44 dap checks. Onkwa wo nua Voltarian basin odi eyirim ema no eso